Welcome everyone to the All F and Wrestling Show, and today we're so excited to have Natalia Markova back, friend of the brand, friend of the channel. How are you doing today, Natalia?
I'm doing great, and thanks for having me back. Always a pleasure.
I'm just gonna run the intro really quickly.
Coming to you live from the FN Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown.
It's the All F and Wrestling Show.
With your hosts, Canada Dry, in the JFB.
Tell me how it's priced. Tell me if the item is for sale. And tell me.
Welcome everyone to a special day after Valentine's Day All F and Wrestling Show. I'm, of course, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada F and Dry, and we have with us friend of the show, friend. Like when we have someone on, sometimes it can be a bit nervous or whatever, but not with you. Thank you so much for being a part. Like we're linked forever, Natalia.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Thank you. I like your intro, by the way. Looks great. Yeah, that's a good shirt. People watching this, get yours. Almost sold out.
Yes,
Almost.
and a shout out to Alex Haney who designed the shirt.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I like the design. It's awesome.
And we also coined the phrase great badass with the great ass.
Yeah, give you all credit for that.
So we're forever linked together. One of the things I want to talk about really quickly before we get into the Kill City Cup is your positivity.
Yeah, I that's how I am. That's not fake. I'm not making it. It's not an image. That's really how I am. That's how I look at life. Because if you really think of that, what's the point of being negative? It doesn't make life better. So,
Yeah, and that was like we had a conversation a long time ago about just being positive, and it adds so much to your life
true.
because you attract the positive things
Yeah, you
when
can
you
accomplish more. You can do more
yes, for
without
sure.
wasting your life on being negative and cry about something.
The other thing is we see a lot of wrestlers responding to some of the toxic fans. And like I always shake my head, like, why are you giving these guys any time at all?
Well, the way I look at it, if they're toxic fans and they feel happy saying bad stuff about me, I'm all for it. I'm an entertainer. My goal is to make people happy. So if somebody is feeling happy saying bad things about me, I let them be happy. It doesn't really bother me, honestly.
We have a couple people in the chat right now. Uh, let's see what this little devil has to be about the Kill City Cup. uh, of course, we know Matthew. He buys you candy.
Hi, Matthew.
You're the love of his life.
That is nice to hear.
And of course, we got Luke Roberts in the chat as
Luke.
well.
Hi, Luke.
So first question we're going to get into is the viral botch. This thing has been going all over the place. I want to show it before we talk about it, I guess. It's just this quick little clip, but it's got millions of views all over the
Millions
world.
of views everywhere. And the way I look at it, I don't look at it as a botch. I look at it as something amazing. Because I look at wrestling the way whatever is real. Let's say you have a bar fight and or any other fight and you throw somebody on the table. Doesn't matter if table breaks or not. You did the damage. That's all that matters. So yeah, I love the video. It felt amazing. It looks amazing. No complaints about that.
Yeah, and it's not really a botch because this whole thing was planned, right?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, botch is when planned thing goes wrong. So the
Yeah.
thing is that it doesn't matter if the weapon breaks or not, as long as you use it.
Just thought just came to my head. What do you think of the term botch?
It's just part of our life. It's nothing to think about it, really.
I heard a lot of other wrestlers, they mention like they find it offensive, like especially when fans say botch, because it's like you wouldn't go to a play and someone screws up their lines or whatever. Oh, you botched it. Like,
That's normal. I mean, failures, botches, mistakes, part of our lives. Nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, especially when it's a live performance and live action.
yeah.
No way everything goes right all the time. So that's all good. It doesn't define you as a wrestler. It doesn't define you as a person. It's just what it is.
We want to get some Kill City Cup questions in because they are good enough to help bring you in. We have Mr. Isaacs saying hello to everyone. Of course, we have the designer of the T-shirt, Alex Haney.
Hey, I'm happy you're here.
Yes, and so are you surprised at the success of the Kill City Cup, winning awards and stuff like that?
No, I'm not surprised at all. Honestly, when they reached out to me and told me, hey, we want to do a mix of horror, pro wrestling, and video games, I was like, oh my God, that's a perfect combination. That's exactly things I love. I love all three of these. And this idea is just kind of be a losing idea. That's a win by default. So I'm not surprised people loved it. And it was definitely a fun thing to do.
In my personal opinion, because we wouldn't be involved with Kill City Cup if it wasn't for you. Um, you are very, very, very critical to the success of the Kill City Cup because, like, you know, that we advertise them every week, and without you, I don't think we'd even bother.
That is actually really nice to hear. I appreciate that you're giving me credit for that. That's how I want to be. I want to be a professional and I want to draw attention to whatever I do. Obviously, if I choose to do something, that means I support that. Let's say I go to WWC Puerto Rico, I want them to succeed. I do NWA shows, I want them to succeed. So I do my best and I do my part to make it the best way possible. And that's why I build up my social media, everything I can, just to be a better product, if you talk about it like that. I just want everything I do, I want it to be really good.
We have a question from Matthew B. We'll ask random questions throughout the show. Do you listen to screaming death metal?
Yeah, I listen to all kinds of music.
Oh wow!
And I like, I mean, you can look at me. I like death metal. I like heavy music, and I mean, I wouldn't call Alice Cooper death metal, but it's
No,
close.
no.
That's just like direction in music that yeah, I like it. It's not like my favorite one,
Yeah,
but it's definitely a good one.
Kill City Cup gets all the gold. And
All the
Natalia
gold.
seems very nice.
Thank you.
um, what do you think you would do, if anything, to change the Kill City Cup, or if you're involved in the next one, would you do anything different?
I mean, there's always room for improvement. You can do a lot of things. That was the first one. I think it came out really well. With the next one, I mean, you can add more characters. You can add more storylines. You can make it more dynamic. Like I said, a lot of room for improvements. And honestly, I really hope they will make the second one. The first one was so fun, and I think it's always cool when something goes really well to make the second one and make it even better.
Yeah, so there was one of the Kill City Cups is it hasn't been released.
Yeah, there was
That you
a
were also in.
yeah. I think it was like a pilot kind of thing.
Yeah,
um,
Luke Roberts tells me that they're looking to release the original one in the spring.
I hope they will. That would
Yeah,
actually be awesome. Yeah.
yeah. So um, between the first one they haven't released for different reasons, and the second one, which one did you like better?
I like both. They were not different. They're just same. They were all the same. I honestly thought that would be like a one big combined one. I thought it was just two parts of one thing. I like both. So if you like the second one and you watched it, and once again a little plug: if you haven't watched it, go on YouTube. You can watch it there for free. You don't have to pay money, which is a good thing. Kill City Cup. Type in, find it, and yeah, if you like that
It,
one, you'll
it, it,
like
after this is
yeah.
live, it'll be in the link below. Um, Kill City Cup says Alice Cooper's a wuss.
It's cool.
Tiffany would like to compliment you on your outfit today. Is this a wrestling gear you're wearing?
Thank you. No, it's a dress.
You're
It's not a,
always dressed. You always dress so lovely.
yeah, my outfits are never normal. I cannot wear regular clothes. I can,
It's
but
funny. Matthew, he goes, "I'm happy you won the Kill City Cup tournament." Did you know that Matthew was afraid to watch this thing
yeah, I know. He
because
told me
because
about
he
it.
thought you would be getting hurt?
Listen, I give you a little spoiler. You can watch. You would love it. And he did. He did. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But
He was against the Kill City Cup for a while because he's like he didn't want any harm to come to you.
I know it's a lot of blood. Not a lot. Not mine. Not mine.
Uh, Nobody will change the Kill City Cup. Natalia makes me happy every single day.
That is so nice. That's the goal.
Destiny
I
is
want
in our hands. So many people commenting.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and talking and commenting. Let's interact. Let's have fun.
So, other than yourself, who in this Kill City Cup was one of your favorite characters?
Mm, well, on the pilot one, on the first one, there's Brian Idol there, my tag partner. So I'll give him that.
That's
Uh,
right. That's the good thing about the first one being released is we'll get to see Brian as well.
yep. Also liked, I mean, boring answers, Brian Cage and Matt Sydal. Those
Well,
are,
they're those guys. They're so elite, right?
yeah.
So
I mean,
so
Brian Cage is in great shape. He looks like a video game character. And Matt Sydal is a great wrestler and also in great shape. And he's so smart, like he has such a deep understanding of wrestling. And he's really cool in regard that he's there just for wrestling. He loves wrestling. He doesn't like drama. He's just there to wrestle. And I respect that.
now I guess that leads me to my next question. What's it like when you see Brian Cage be so complimentary to you uh, online, saying all these nice things about you?
That is awesome. That's an honor. I think he's awesome. I think he's a great wrestler. He's also a really fun person. He likes video games. We have a lot of similar interests, like Evil Dad. He likes cool stuff. So when he says things about me publicly, like complimenting, I like that. I do that too. I think he's awesome.
Yeah, and like for me, that's a way to get Brian Cage to interact me because I tagged you and I said this. What about her? And like instantly, he's like, bam, saying nice things about you. Um, the other thing I wanted to ask about would be who do you think would be someone good to bring into the Kill City Cup?
That's a really tough question. There's a million people. I like so many people, so I would not just name one. Just to be fair,
Do you know
okay?
who I think would be good
Who?
from your FTW wrestling school?
Oh, uh huh.
Drago. Real Drago.
Drago, yeah, yeah. We actually, for those who don't know, we did Moist Wrestling League with Moist Critical. He's a popular YouTuber. So Drago was there. It was him, Brian, me. Those are fun things we did. So yeah, he has charisma. So yeah, that would be cool. I agree. He looks like a
He posted
character.
a picture this morning, and he's just so big.
His bag and a big beard now.
He looks like freaking Miro from AEW. I thought it was a Miro at first, and he just laughed his ass off at that comment.
I don't see that, but
No, it's just like the bigness and the he has that similar look. But yeah, moving along to my next. So for the Kill City Cup, obviously you want to be part of the next one. What was your like? They changed the finish on this the last minute and made you win it.
I honestly don't know what was the original idea. To me, it felt like we were just doing it, having fun, and everything was just getting decided on the fly. So I don't know, maybe not, but maybe they did change it. I'm not sure what was the original plan, but I think my matches were fun. They loved those, and they were like, "Oh, I think it's a good character." And again, like I'm pretty popular in wrestling at this point, so I think it's good for the brand. I don't know what is behind it. I don't know if it's a last minute change, but yeah.
I have
For
a
those
question for myself.
a little spoiler.
Does the Russian crush make me nervous? No. Me and Natalia, we've been friends for years, so it to me this just feels natural talking to her.
And I try not to make people nervous.
Well, you're very beautiful, so it can be very intimidating to a lot of people.
Probably.
Like some people just might be like all like this, and just but you're a very people person. You're very responsive, and you give all the fans the attention.
Yeah, yeah. I love when I see my fans supporting me, talking to me. Again, there's nothing scary about me. I'm not some like standoffish person. I like interacting with everybody. I like talking to people. I like being surrounded by people. So if you're, a lot of fans, even like when I do conventions or wrestling shows, sometimes I get messages like, "Oh, I saw you, but I didn't know if I should have talk to you or say hi or come get your merch or anything." Like, yes, you're always welcome to come and talk to me. That's what I'm doing this for. On indie shows especially, there's so much room for you to come to me, to my merch table. You don't have to buy anything. You can just come and say hi and share your thoughts. Tell me what you think. What did you like? What you didn't like? I love that. I enjoy that. For me, it's a big part of what I do.
That's awesome. Someone asked the question, how did you learn English?
That was almost natural for me because I used to play video games, back to that topic, since I was a little baby. And I was in Russia, so most games that I could get, they were in English, but with Russian subtitles. Subtitles. Yeah, you see, not perfect yet. Anyway, that's how I started learning it. And then I went to school, I had English there. Then I went to university, I had English there. And I was working at the gym in downtown Moscow, like a really big fancy gym. I had a lot of foreign clients there. And honestly, they were all from all over the world, from Africa, from Asia. So I can almost understand every accent, like English speaking, but with different accents. I can understand that because I just have such a big experience talking to all kinds of people. Plus, I've been all over the world myself. So everywhere I go, I speak English. And even in America, I don't really have Russian people to talk to. I only have local friends, and it's hard not to learn English at this point.
Is it just the two languages you speak?
No, I speak a little bit of French. I know Ukrainian, and Japanese. I know a little bit of Japanese. I actually started learning Spanish because I do a lot of Mexican wrestling shows, and I love going to Puerto Rico too. So I think it's good to learn. I'm pretty sure it will not be perfect, but at least to know it on a basic level, that would be cool.
Well, I think it's cool because you like when you learn English at a young age, then it just kind of like expands your mind and makes the process easier your whole life, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think like studying and learning, that's the thing I think like almost unique about me because I'm really nerdy deep inside in my soul. When I was a kid, I had like best marks. I was studying really hard. I'm a perfectionist. So I think it was good for my development as a kid, doing all this stuff really nerdy. And then after that, tried to do crazy stuff like wrestling model and acting and all that. Um, and I think learning, yeah, languages early. I have really good ability for languages naturally, luckily. I'm grateful for that. So I learn pretty fast, which is a good thing.
Um, get into NWA a little bit. Um, your matches with Camille,
I love them.
um, like for your resume, I think those are probably some of the best you've ever done.
Yeah, I agree with you. That one, especially the Terry Funk tribute match, No Limits match with all the weapons and crazy bumps. That one is one of my favorite matches ever. And I love Camille. I like working with her. We have great chemistry, great understanding. I think she's really good. And yeah, that match, if you haven't watched it, please go ahead and watch it. It's so worth it. It's one of my favorite ones.
That I think like hardcore matches, they're a little bit. Tell me if you disagree or agree with this. Um, Hardcore matches like that, they're a little bit easier to make them good.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, because obviously you do crazy stuff there, weapons. People love that. It's a good addition. But then again, it's a fine line between going just doing crazy stuff and nothing else. Then it's not fun. You got to combine classic wrestling, traditional wrestling with weapons. It's like any
Yes, for that
stipulation.
reason, I would say
Fun.
your first match on the pay per view with Camille was better.
Oh, you like that one
With
more?
pure wrestling.
Yeah, that one was just clear wrestling. That was sports wrestling. That one I liked too. That one was good. I barely remember it at this point, but I remember that I enjoyed it. It was fun. But yeah, those are two different types of matches. And again, nobody can judge what's better, what's not.
Yeah.
Some people like hardcore, some people hate hardcore. So you just give a variety, and people can pick and choose what they want to watch.
Back to the Kill City Cup for a second. She's a crook. She screwed us at the Kill Cup. But at the end of the match, they took all the money.
All the money, that's all that matters.
Yeah, they took all the money. You didn't get it, so it kind of leads up to a sequel. Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
do another one, to like you're gonna chase them down and get that money back.
Yeah. I hope it's gonna happen. It sounds exciting. I always like this old soap opera style when everything is good and then up little thing happens. So what's gonna happen next? I think it's a good thing. I think it's kind of get stuff like this is forgotten in wrestling, the soap opera style when it's not just wrestling, but it's still a story. I'm a big fan of old school wrestling. And I think that's what makes it exciting. Stories and characters, personalities. So I think that's a good thing that Kill City Cup did that. That it a little bit like, hey, what's gonna happen next? So now everybody wants to watch.
They always keep the money, so there's no motivation for anyone to enter this thing if they keep the money every time. Um,
Yeah.
so you spewed the mist. Did you do that in the first one too, or just this one?
I think I did. I don't remember. It was a it was a while ago, and I do
Would you
shows
would you
every weekend
consider
all the time.
incorporating? Would you consider
Like I said, in
incorporating the
my
mist?
mind, those were like two pieces of one show. So I
Yeah.
assume I was doing probably that too. Yeah.
Would you consider incorporating the mist into your regular wrestling career?
No, I would not, because Tajiri does that. I have respect for him, and I think it's his thing. It's just so deeply associated with him that I just leave it to him. I think it's
Yeah, and of course Oscar does it.
yeah, she can do it. It's fine. Like I said, like somebody who feels confident with that, they can do that. It's not. It's just not for me. For
And the
me,
House of Black does it. So there's quite some copycatting going on in wrestling, anyways. And
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it copycatting. I would call it like maybe in her case it's a tribute to him, you know.
yeah,
But I'm pretty sure that she has special like respect for the guy and does it out of respect. But I just think that things that work for me they're different and messed as a cool thing. Plus, you know, it's messy. You're gonna wash it after. It's a little extra work, which I
Matthew
don't.
B said, I hope you enjoy the gift I buy you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, every gift I get, I enjoy it. Guys, if you do that for me, I highly appreciate that. That means you're not just talks and you just genuinely support me, which means a lot. Really means a lot. And thank you so much. Makes my day every time.
We have a good question here. How did you and Brian Idol meet?
I actually met Brian Idol almost in the first probably month I came to United States. He has a school in Florida. He used to have it. He still has it, and now we both have it. He was basically really tied with WWN. That I first worked in the United States. WWN, for those who don't know, this is Shine, FIP, Evolve. There's a bunch of promotions in one. And I came to work with Shine, so it was no mystery that I would meet Brian at some point because he was working with them back then.
Natalia Markova versus Bull Nakano or Prime 90s Alondra Blaze. Who would you pick?
Again, boring answer. I don't pick people usually. I just don't like picking somebody over somebody and say this one and on this one. I would let the promoter pick or fans, whatever you guys want to see there. I'm happy to wrestle anybody and all those named people. I would love to wrestle for sure.
Yeah, I know for a fact that if you got to wrestle Serena Deeb, you'd be over the moon.
I would love it. I think she's really good. Like if you take like definitely top 5 female wrestlers in the world, she's so good.
When you watch Serena Deeb, even her movements walking around the ring, they look like Bret the Hitman Hart. That's how good she is. Like she's just mesmerizing, and it's like it just goes to show you don't have to be like this drop dead, gorgeous, like just be about the looks. Like she is what you call a wrestler's wrestler, and it's just like I think
That's
you
the
have
thing
the
about
opposite problem,
wrestling.
like because
Yeah,
you're so attractive,
yeah.
it kind of like hurts your wrestling ability.
I think that again, nothing really hurts and nothing really helps when it comes to
Yeah.
look. Everything has its place in wrestling. You can be attractive and sexy and good in the ring, or you can be attractive and sexy and bad in the ring. In that case, it doesn't work. If you're attractive, sexy, and good in the ring, it works. Or you can be badass and different look and bad in the ring, that's bad.
Yeah.
You understand my point, right? So it doesn't really matter how you look as long as you're interesting to watch. And a lot of things can be interesting to watch. It doesn't matter what you're going for looks wise.
Yeah, the reason I said that was because when I first came across you, I was like, "Oh my goodness, she's beautiful," and I'm like, "Please be able to wrestle," because like it means nothing if you can't go in the
You're
ring.
not wrong though. A lot of people, especially in the past, less nowadays, judging on my look, they thought I don't wrestle well, which is a little strange logic, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't depend on how you look. It's not like, okay, I'm focused on looks, that means I don't wrestle. No, I'm focused on all of it. It's a strange perception, but you're right. Some people think that. So, people following me on social media or seeing me somewhere, if you see my picture and you think I'm not good in the ring, please go check it out and make your opinion based on actual match. You may still think
Like I've said
good.
this many times before on social media that to me, you are the best unsigned wrestler in the entire world. Like
Oh, thank you so much. That's
the way you wrestle, like your attention to detail,
yeah.
is what is so attractive about your ring style, and also you're like you like some people like I call it sometimes clunky wrestling when it doesn't flow nicely.
Mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
everything you do uh, is so it just flows, and the way you sell uh, is just incredible.
Thanks. A lot of people point out selling is one of my strongest points. But yeah, like I said, I'm a perfectionist. So every time I watch myself, I don't like it. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to fix this. So I try to fix it every time and get better. No, still a lot of things to fix, in my opinion. But I'm happy. I'm really happy to hear good feedback. It gives me spirit to keep going.
Um, who's your idol that got you into wrestling?
Well, like I mentioned before, I don't have idols. I don't have one favorite wrestler. Just wrestling in general. That what gives me fun, and all of it combined. I see all wrestlers, different wrestlers. It doesn't have to be a popular wrestler. I just see all of it, and all of it together gives me motivation and gives me this vision of a perfect wrestler combined.
Um, Shine. Did you ever wrestle Santana Garrett? That'd be a fun matchup.
I think I had like one little interaction with her in the ring. It was almost like one of my last matches. I don't remember, but it was close to my last matches in Shine. It was a little story starting, and it was just like one move, and that's it. But she's nice. We met in real life, and she's a really nice person.
I have some questions from the fans that I took up in the wrestling group. One of the questions was from Matthew. He wanted to know, do you like to go fishing?
Fishing. I mean, yeah. I just don't have time for that. I don't go fishing. I do a lot of things, and I barely, like I said, have time to play video games, which is kind of easier to pull off because it's right here and I can start playing. But I don't to go fishing or to actually go somewhere. It's a lot of effort. But I know you do like it, and you have a lot of. It's like you enjoy your time with your dad doing that. So I'm really happy for you, and I'm happy that you able to do whatever you love.
All right. I have a video game question.
I like
Um, Mount Rushmore of video games. Who are you putting on it?
the best. I
Best
would think
war
just
ever.
I would give it to Metal Gear Solid series just because I think Hideo Kojima is a genius, and the way he does it, nobody can copy. It's just so unique. Like I played when I was a kid, the first one, not Metal Gear, but Metal Gear Solid. I started playing.
Yeah.
Um, that was a great game with a great story, great characters, the voiceovers, everything was so awesome. And then they kept doing that. Like my second favorite would be Snake Eater, the third one. And then after that, when I played the fourth one 10 years after, and I actually played it 10 years after, like on their storyline. So when they came back to Shadow, who know what that is, I'm pretty sure not many people know, but whoever know, when they came back and that scene there, like 10 years after, gave me like chills and all nostalgia feeling. And that was one of the best feelings I had in video games in my life. So definitely giving the trophy to Metal Gear Solid series.
So you're all four are Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I love it.
They
I
get all
love
the slots. All the
it. Huh?
slots go to Metal
Okay,
Gear.
I mean, I like Final Fantasy series too. I'll give them two.
Yeah, that is good. Oh, so you're an
Yeah.
RPG girl.
Well,
You're an RPG girl.
mostly yes, but I like different. Like let's say fighting games. My first console probably was Super Nintendo. I had another one before that, but I was like little baby, so I barely understood what I was doing. But Super Nintendo, in my clear mind, that's the first one I had, and Killer Instinct, actually a fighting game. Is a really good one because I know a lot of people played Mortal Kombat, which I played too, but way less. So Killer Instinct were the fighting game that I liked. And I like all genres. Just probably if I get to choose one, that would be RPG.
So um, I'll ask some more fan questions a little bit later, but I want to give you a chance to you gave a speech, not only a speech, but you just gave this inspirational talk when the first time you were ever on the show,
Hmm.
and you talked about being healthy, getting started on the road to health and fitness. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I'm always for health and fitness, and I'm mostly on the side of people who work out and do sports for health, not for looks. Because in the end of the day, health is the most important thing in life. Even in wrestling, I tell my students, safety first. That's the number one rule of wrestling. So health, safety. You want to live long. You want to live a happy life, not worrying about your health. So that's what I do, and that's what I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I'm boring in that regard. I try to eat clean most of the time. Obviously, once in a while I eat bad stuff and like more carbs than I have to. Um, but I think that you just feel happier when you're healthy. I like going for long walks. It's really good for your heart, and again, it's good for your body, good for your mind. You feel more peaceful doing that. Guys, I understand that not everybody can just be doing it 24/7, living this perfect, healthy life. But when you get a little chance, trust me, it's worth it. Even 20 minutes walk a day, it's worth it. In the end of the day, you'll be so grateful that you're doing that because you can look at it like your job. You force yourself to go to your job every day, even if you don't want to. And then what do you get for that? Money, right? What do you need money for? To be happy. But then when you're unhealthy, you cannot be happy. So look at it like something you have to do. I always say pick discipline over motivation because motivation comes and goes. Discipline is there all the time. So if you just know, hey, I have this rule, set your rules for yourself, whatever works for you. But let's say 20 minutes a day, every day, no matter what, just do it. And trust me, you'll be really grateful to yourself that you keep doing that, and you will respect yourself that you're strong enough to do that. Things like that make you stronger, make you happier.
This is just something we do whenever something
But
inspirational comes up.
that's sudden.
It's our knowledge is power moment, that
Okay.
we're a very positive community, and we want to impart wisdom to people whenever we get. Um, what is your go-to now that we talked about health, and what is your go-to for cheat days?
I like burgers. That's my go-to. But all junk food, unfortunately, which is ice cream, pizza. I like all junk food. So, like this weekend, I'm going to Texas, and I'm going to In-N-Out Burger there after the show. That's already the plan. Yeah, and I like making burgers at home too. Those are homemade, good ones. If you choose one, that would be the one.
Oh yeah, have you ever had the donut burger? It's a one-time life thing.
I never had it. Heard of it from you, actually. Never
Yes.
had it. Like
So what I
maple
did,
donut, something like that. Yeah, I
so
didn't
it's a
have.
one-time deal. What you do is you get two glazed donuts, you
Uh
get the
huh.
cheese, you get the
Wait, it's
patties, you
not
get the
even
bacon.
half a donut. You don't cut
No,
the
no,
donut.
you got to do the full donut to get. You only want to do
You
this
will not
once
even.
in your life. One
Uh,
time.
okay, I promise I will. Honestly, I haven't wrestled in Canada yet, so let's make a deal. If I go to Canada, I'll do that.
Well, yeah, we'll have to meet up and have a
Yeah.
donut burger together.
Well, you should show up with that donut burger then.
Oh yeah, I'm buying for sure.
Sounds good to me. I'll try it. I promise.
um, Superheroes. You do some of the the dressing up sometimes.
Yeah.
Who would you say are your favorite Marvel heroes, and who are your favorite DC heroes?
Um, my thing was favorite one, but I really like Catwoman, especially the Michelle Pfeiffer one. I think that's a
Oh,
good.
she's the best.
Yes. I think she's the best, and I would love to dress like her. It's just with cosplaying, it's really hard to like again find time for that. And I'm a perfectionist. I cannot just be like, "Hey, here's me halfway dressed as a Catwoman." I want it to be perfect. Let's say if there would be some creative fan who would be like, "Hey, I will make exact copy of the perfect outfit of Catwoman for you." I'll be like, "Let's go. I'll promise I'll take pictures in it." That I would do, yeah. But yeah, Catwoman would be the one I like. She's really cool.
I think that we've actually said this before in our private chats, that I think you look like the animated version of Supergirl.
I might.
Like
People,
the red skirt, and that looks so great.
thanks, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I relate to a lot of superheroes, and I mean, who else? People compare me to Black Cat as well.
That's true. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
What
So I think it's just whatever people want to see in me, and I'm all for it. I like superhero stuff. It's something like unique. People call me superhero in real life a lot, especially when I'm just like dressed in my like my regular outfit that I wear to the gym every day of my life. People say it looks like an Axeman outfit, just because of how it's made.
question from the expert, Mr. Isaac? Did you like any of the old wrestling games?
Yeah. Like for me, old because what do you consider old? To me, the old one was really good. SmackDown versus Raw. Know Your Role too. Second, that one was cool because they still had that tournament mode, the storyline mode. I used to love playing that video game. That was a really really good one. I don't play video games like wrestling video games lately all that much. Just because I probably have so much wrestling in my life, and if I do play video games, it's something different. But that one would be of older wrestling games. That would be the one I pick.
Speaking of wrestling games, a lot of people are making Natalia Markova Kaw character, like his creator wrestler.
Yeah,
Have you seen some good ones?
yeah, yeah. They're all good. I mean, just the fact that somebody put an effort and time to make me, I'm so happy every time somebody posts, "This is you, this is you." I love it. I love seeing that. This is cool. I hope more people will be making in video games. Maybe one day I'll end up actually being in video game, a wrestling video game. That would be the coolest thing.
Um, so a lot of people know that you did some WWE tryouts.
Yeah,
You also appeared on Dark and Dark Elevation. Um, Obviously, you're still wrestling for uh, Billy Corgan in the NWA, but you're pretty much a free agent, right?
I am. I'm totally a free agent. I wrestle for AAA as well. Did Triple Mania, which is the biggest show in Mexico. It's for people who don't watch AAA. AAA is the biggest promotion in Mexico, and Triple Mania is basically their WrestleMania, which is a huge show. Trust me, if you've never seen, like, just Google it, pictures. It's insane. Those are huge shows. So I was really happy to do one of those in my life. It's like a check in life, a really big one. But yeah, I am a free agent, and I love being that way. Unless somebody will offer me a huge, huge, huge contract. But yeah, I like being a free agent.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see you in WWE or AEW.
And you never know. You never know what's going to happen in life. There's always opportunities come and go, and I'm always there to grab those.
Um, one of the fan questions. I'll let Tiffany ask her question. Who are your current favorite bands and solo singers?
Again, I don't like pointing out favorites like one thing. I just I love 80s rock if you talk about music, right? So I like Alice Cooper. I think a lot of people know that. I like U2. I mean, obviously, Smashing Pumpkins are part of my life at this point, so I cannot not name them. All those old bands like AC/DC. But if you ask me like about modern music, I don't even know. I don't follow too much. So I don't know who is popular nowadays. And I'm sorry, I'm probably too old school for that question.
That's good. That's good. one of the fan questions was by Eric Newcomb. He's the one that does our intro. He's with his own band. What is your favorite Billy Corgan Smashing Pumpkins song?
Well, I would be wrong not to name Beguiled.
I knew
Because
it. I knew it.
you know me too well. I'm in an actual video. You can go watch it on YouTube. Beguiled, Smashing Pumpkins. Actually, me and Brian Idol both there, and every time we go on the tour, we walk out during the Beguiled song and do our thing. I hit Brian with a cutter. So there is something so special in my life that obviously Beguiled is my favorite song, and it's really special for me. And it's my entrance song as well. I use it as an entrance song
That's
everywhere.
really cool.
So yeah, that's the one. That's a special one.
Okay, so kind of like it's a good sequence to lead off to this. What was it like being on stage with the Smashing Pumpkins doing this? Like, how was that? How did you feel? Like, how big was this for you in your mind?
That was crazy because when I was doing that, I was having all fun, but then like we were talking to Brian about it the other day. Like, if you really think of that, that is so special. Like, how many people would even dream about not just being on the stage, but like talk to somebody like that in person for a couple of minutes? But we actually get to go on the stage and perform in front of thousands of people, sold out arenas. We've been everywhere, like Madison Square Garden, Hollywood Bowl in Australia, all over Australia. It was a huge tour. That is the most special thing, something that you want to experience at least once in your life. And I hope I will do more because there's a stadium tour coming up, which is way bigger than that. Hopefully I will be part of that too. This is really special, and it just feels like not real life, like you're living your dream. When people say you're living your dream, I think that's what they mean. That is something that is just, you cannot replace the feeling with anything.
Oh, absolutely. So, what would you say like to somebody who wants to become a professional wrestler? Where would you start?
Classic, really easy. Go to wrestling school and start. Unless you're really young and you cannot go to wrestling school yet, then start doing sports, start being athletic, workouts, and just be healthy again. It's that easy because a lot of people that think, oh, I got to prepare myself, I got to do this, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm this, I'm that. No, just stop doubting, just go. I have a wrestling school with Brian in Florida, FTW, Fight the World Wrestling. So if you want to be a pro wrestler or a manager or a referee, a ring announcer, or just be part of wrestling, because we run our own shows and a lot of our students end up on those, basically all of them, most of them. So if you just want to be part of wrestling, just go to the wrestling school, the one that's nearby, and start doing it. Then you will feel if you like it or not, and you will know the next step. But you know how they say the hardest thing is the first step. So make that first step.
Yeah, I think like imagine being trained by Brian Idol
I mean,
and
I am
Natalia
basically
Markova.
trained
Like,
by Brian Idol, if you say that, because, like I said, originally I was trained in Japan, but I didn't know wrestling and psychology the way I know it now, and I gotta give all credit to Brian Idol for that. He was the first one in the United States who taught me the psychology, how you build the match, how you make it interesting, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. He's a huge, huge impact on my wrestling career. So, yeah, he would be the one who taught me that.
and like he's so safe too, right?
Oh yeah, he's like the most safe. He never hurt anybody in his life, and it looks really impactful. But he's really safe. He's a big professional, I think, kind of underrated. But honestly, not lately because he gets bigger matches in NWA. He's going up. I like seeing that because he used to be underrated. He's way better than some people think. He has really deep understanding of wrestling, like really deep. So makes him a good coach after school.
And he's a really great interview. We've had
Oh
him on
yeah.
the show a number of
Well,
times.
that's what I tell him all the time. I think his strongest point is actually him being on the mic, especially live on the mic on wrestling show. This is like a top level. You can be like, oh yeah, for indies it's good. No, he's like a top level that can be on any promotion, any TV. You can put him out there, and it will be a good quality thing. I think for him, like
Yeah.
mic work is his strongest point by far.
Yeah, and if you want to look back on the channel when Brian and I was on the show, uh, he made our job really easy because his storytelling, just everything.
He has a million stories. Like I'm boring
Yeah.
in that regard. When people ask me, tell me some crazy thing that happened to you in wrestling, I'm like, nothing really crazy. But Brian has like million stories, and I feel like they never end. It's just I used to
Like
call
he
him a
safely
radio.
DDT'd you from the top rope onto a chair.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was Juggalo Gathering. We did that. JCW. That was a cool thing. It looked great. Crowd pop for it. It was fun. I like taking crazy stuff. I think people who know me well enough, they know that.
Now you've been unfortunate enough, like you're a safe wrestler. You've learned how to do things safe. Um, but unfortunately, you've wrestled with some people, and you've kind of gotten a little bit your bell rung.
It happens in wrestling. I don't blame anybody. That's wrestling. When you
Yeah.
go out there, you put yourself in danger. It's just the reality of wrestling. So I don't hate people for that. Things happen in life, and obviously everybody's trying to be as safe as possible. It not always goes the way you want it to go, but I just accept it as a part of the deal and move on. I never had major injuries like huge that stopped me from anything. I don't have anything that I'm always constantly hurting or something like that. So I'm grateful for that. And yeah, I try to be as safe as possible. Like I said, I always teach my students that safety first. That's number one rule of wrestling.
Bret Hart has recently come out and saying that modern wrestling today, it's sometimes it's too over the top, like doing all these flips and stuff like that. Where you're doing the suicidas out of the ring, where people are standing there ready to catch you, or wrestlers moving to inch their way properly to take the fall. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm also, if you ask my personal preference, I'm a fan of old school wrestling with all the psychology and everything should look as realistic as possible and no fakeness. But then again, you can mix it because everything evolves, including wrestling. You cannot
Yeah,
stay in the past and just do the
yeah,
same thing over and over. So the way I look at it, my style would be combining old school basics and psychology with cool things with those, like you said, crazy jumps and even there's nothing wrong with flips. It's just the way you do that. Some people do flips and nothing else, then it's not fun. If you do the good story and it's interesting and then at the end you spice it up with a huge thing, it just makes it better. So again, there's nothing wrong in wrestling about one thing. It's just the way you do it, the way you put it together. You got to do it right.
I know you're a fan of like intergender wrestling, like as long as it's done right.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say like I'm a fan of it, but I like it when it's done right. Again, if it's just regular wrestling with no consideration of the gender or size, because again, nobody says it should be one way or the other. If it's a huge woman against a little guy, you do it one way. If it's a little girl against a big guy, you do it the other way. But you cannot just wrestle like, it's just regular. And that's the difference between TV wrestling and indie wrestling in my mind. Because regardless of intergender, even if it's the same gender, you got to always consider what makes sense. I think that's the
Like,
most
like for
important.
example, if you're wrestling Brian Cage or a larger woman, you're wrestling from behind the whole match mostly, right? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like me and Max, let's say, the Impaler and NWA is beating me all the time there, and that's fun to watch. It would make no sense if it would be other way around. So I'm a big fan of psychology. If we're going in this deep understanding of wrestling, big fan of it, and I will never betray that. I would never just wrestle because it's cool. No, I don't think so.
someone saying they want to know if you have a Brooklyn accent? I don't think she's originally from Moscow, Russia, Teresa. Um,
Well, I guess I talk a lot to Brian, and he has New York accent, so maybe it
Well,
kind of.
model for you, walking over here.
And actually, I watch Sopranos now, and they all have New York. Like, what are you doing?
What are you
So
talking
maybe,
about over here?
yeah, so maybe that's a part of it. But yeah, I think I have a Russian accent, and I don't think I can get rid of it. But people say don't, so I don't try.
Well, I don't think you could. Like,
You never know. If I put an effort and be like, listen, I have this goal to get rid of the accent, I probably could. But again, why? People say it makes me unique. People say it sounds cool. So I'll take it. Less work for me.
so I know that you're booking yourself, or you're talking about you're the crush, Natalia Markova. You're not the Russian crush, Natalia Markova.
Yeah, the crush is just simple.
Now, do you think that stereotyping yourself as the Russian is is kind of bad for your career rather than just being Natalia Markova, your average girl?
No, I don't think it's bad for my career. I think it's just unnecessary. You know the Churchill quote that the genius thing is when you have nothing to remove, not nothing to add. I don't know if I quoted it right, but you understand the idea. I don't think you need to add something extra if it doesn't make a difference. I personally believe that it doesn't matter what country you're from. So I don't think that for me I need a define myself by being Russian. It doesn't really matter where I'm from. I live in the United States now anyway. I think the Crush is a cool name because it's like has this double meaning.
Yeah.
It's unique. It sounds well. So I like it the way it is. But again, I don't think other way around would hurt my career. It doesn't really affect it all that much.
But it's so easy for someone to just like, oh, I love the Russian women, or I love Russian this, I love Russian that, instead of just like, I love Natalia Markova and what she's doing in the ring. It's like
Yeah,
easy to just make
yeah. A
it
lot of
about that.
people like just. I'm sure they mean well by that. I'm sure they want to say compliments, but yeah, I don't see myself as Russian women. I'm
Yeah.
obviously me. I'm myself. I'm actually kind of different from most women in Russia. Uh, it's just again, nobody means bad by that. I think it's okay to say that, but I never put people in categories. I don't like putting like, oh, this group is awesome because there's no such thing. Every person is unique. Everybody is different. Yeah, maybe there are some common things that could apply to a certain person, but in general, even me, I don't think I'm that classic of a Russian. Some people would say yes, but I know Russia and I know people there. I'm pretty different from those people, and that's the reason because like I lived there, now I live here, so I'm not really classic American, obviously too. So I'm just a different person. I'm Natalia Markova, and then it's up to you to judge and decide if you like it or not.
Um, so the NWA is on the CW app.
Yeah, so now you can watch NWA on CW app. It's free. You can go and download it for free.
So what's that? What's that mean for like the rest of the world? Like, do you know what they're going with that to be able to watch the program?
I'm not actually part of the office in NWA. I'm just a wrestler. I don't know what's the plan and what they're gonna do about it. I think we just definitely they consider that. Obviously, they want everybody in the whole world to be able to see and watch. Probably not that easy, and I think they're trying to figure it out. And I'm sure they will come up with some decision for that. I'm sure there will be a solution.
I know I'm put in a situation here. I'm in Canada, and when he wrestles, I'm like, how am I supposed to watch her? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I'm sure there will be some solution for that pretty soon.
So, is there anything you want to plug before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I'll just plug my regular stuff. Follow me on social media. I have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They all have blue check marks. So if there's no blue check mark, that's not me. Twitter, Instagram is real N as in Natalia Markova. Real N Markova. On Facebook is just Natalia Markova, the Crush. You'll find me there. It's pretty easy. And my wrestling school, yeah, that buy t-shirts, merchandise. Yeah, there you go.
You can get them autographed, and you do 8x10s and all that kind of stuff where you
all of it. I have stickers. I can put a kiss print just for you for extra charge. T-shirts, stickers. I have actually those big flags, NWA ones. With my picture on it, purple
Awesome.
ones, they're really, really beautiful ones. So DM me to order merchandise. I will give you prices. I'll give you details. I do a lot of custom stuff, whatever you want. So like again, I have my own rules what I don't do, but I never feel like people say, "Oh, I can offend you by compliment." No, you can't. There's no way you can offend me with anything. I have pretty strong core. Also, if you live in Tampa Bay area, join the school, wrestling school, Fight the World Wrestling. Definitely worth checking out. Go to the website, ftwwrestling.com. See if you like it or not. But we have a lot of students right now, and trust me, it's worth coming. It's going up, and actually me and Brian are present there all the time. We're not just like, hey, we own the school, go train with this guy. No, it's awesome.
I can actually play the promo for the killcity for your FTW thing right now if you want me to play it.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, here we go.
Determination, perseverance. These are the qualities that make a champion. Do you have what it takes to be the next wrestling superstar? Are you ready to turn your dreams into a reality? At Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy, we can help you become the champion you were meant to be. Our world travel trainers, Brian Idol and Natalia Markova, are well-known industry professionals with years of experience in the world of wrestling. From the basics to advanced techniques, they are dedicated to help give you the tools that you need to succeed in the ring. Our training program is tailored to challenge you, push you to your limits, and help you discover your full potential. Come join our diverse group of talent. Join us at Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy and make your dream a reality. Visit our website or contact us to learn more and start your journey to the top today.
We always say today after we play that.
Hey.
And of course, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to you. Of course, we have the shirts that you modeled.
Yeah, that was cool. Good memories. If you still
Yes.
sell those, guys, go buy it. Support the brand.
Thank you so much. And we'll see if we can get Natalia back a little bit later in the year. Maybe the spring we'll bring you back.
Of course, I'm always happy. I'm always happy to be on your podcast. You're special. You're my friend podcast, hometown, whatever you want to call it. I support you guys. I wish you all the best. And I'm always happy to come, always happy to support. And again, if my fans watching this, these guys are my friends, so support them. They're awesome.
Yeah, and you know what's cool? It doesn't feel like it's, like that stiff kind of wrestling interview.
No,
It
not at all.
just feels like two friends talking while everyone else watches.
Yeah, we just all talk here. So I'm glad. Thank you guys for tuning in and asking questions, interacting. We just had one big conversation all together, and I think it's fun.
On behalf of Natalia Markova, on behalf of myself, Canada Dry, raise your fist up in the air and remember to just keep fighting.
There you go.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/fnwrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/fnwrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, fnwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.